The internet is exploding right now, and for good reason. Rumors, screenshots, and insider whispers have fans scrambling to make sense of one of the most shocking music stories of the year. Drake and OVO have publicly accused Baby Keem of allegedly stealing his new album. Yes, you read that right. The same artist known for chart-topping hits and collaborations with industry giants is now at the center of a controversy that could redefine the boundaries of trust, collaboration, and competition in the music world. Fans are freaking out, media outlets are scrambling, and social media platforms are overflowing with speculation. It all started with cryptic posts and subtle hints online. Followers noticed odd interactions between Drake and Keem, and quickly, what might have been dismissed as rumors exploded into a full-blown story. Sources close to the situation allege that Keem had access to unreleased tracks that were supposed to be Drake's next big project, and that parts of this material somehow made their way into his own upcoming release. While the details are still murky, the implication alone is enough to send shockwave through the music industry. Drake and OVO's response was swift and unambiguous. Public statements, cryptic social media messages, and even legal maneuvers suggest that they're taking this seriously, treating it not just as a personal slight but as a potential intellectual property dispute. This is significant because the stakes are enormous. We're talking about multi-million-dollar albums, streaming numbers that could break records, and reputations that could be permanently impacted. Fans have been analyzing every post, tweet, and story, trying to piece together a timeline of events that makes sense. Meanwhile, Baby Keem's camp has been tight-lipped, fueling even more speculation. Some argue it's a misunderstanding, others suggest it's a calculated move, and conspiracy theories have started trending across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. The tension between Drake, OVO, and Keem has become a cultural talking point, with debates over loyalty, originality, and ethics in the music industry dominating feeds. This isn't just about two artists clashing. It's about the blurred lines in the digital age, where leaks, collaborations, and early access can create conflicts in ways the industry hasn't fully addressed yet. With both Drake and Baby Keem at the top of their game, this situation could redefine not only their careers but also how music is shared, protected, and released in the streaming era. Fans are glued to every update, waiting to see how this unprecedented drama unfolds. And one thing is clear: the fallout is just getting started. The music world has been thrown into chaos, and the epicenter of the storm is none other than Drake, OVO, and the young superstar Baby Keem. What initially started as a series of cryptic social media posts has escalated into a full-blown controversy, with fans, insiders, and analysts all trying to decipher what went wrong. At the heart of the story is an allegation that Baby Keem somehow obtained unreleased material from Drake's new album, a project that was supposed to make waves across the music industry. The implications are massive, touching on issues of trust, intellectual property, and the inner workings of one of the biggest labels in hip-hop. The drama first came to light when insiders noticed strange interactions between the artists. Social media users began piecing together a timeline, noting that certain hints in Keem's posts appeared suspiciously similar to unreleased Drake content. Although the posts were vague, the patterns were enough to spark widespread speculation. Fans, eager to be the first to catch a scoop, began creating threads dissecting every lyric, every image, and every clip. Some suggested that Keem had accidentally leaked material, while others argued that this might be intentional, possibly as a bold career move to capitalize on Drake's influence. Regardless of intent, the situation escalated quickly. Drake and OVO's reaction was swift and uncompromising. Unlike typical industry disputes that simmer behind closed doors, this controversy unfolded publicly, with Drake hinting at betrayal and OVO issuing statements reinforcing the seriousness of the matter. While no official lawsuit has been fully confirmed yet, legal experts have already speculated that the accusation could lead to formal proceedings over copyright and intellectual property. The stakes are enormous. Unreleased Drake material represents years of work, creative vision, and potentially tens of millions of dollars in revenue. A leak, whether accidental or deliberate, threatens not only Drake's project rollout but also the credibility and trust that OVO has built over decades. One of the critical elements in this drama is the role of social media in amplifying the controversy. Unlike the pre-digital era, where album leaks and disputes would remain behind the scenes until resolved, today every hint, screenshot, or cryptic post is instantly dissected and circulated across the globe. TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram became the primary platforms where the story unfolded, with fan theories ranging from plausible insider leaks to elaborate conspiracies involving management teams, collaborators, and even streaming platforms. Memes and reaction videos quickly went viral, turning the drama into a cultural moment that extends far beyond the music industry itself. The alleged theft of unreleased tracks also raises important questions about collaboration and access in the modern music industry. Artists often share demos, beats, and unfinished recordings with collaborators, producers, and engineers before the final release. This process inherently requires trust, but in this case, it appears that trust may have been compromised. For Drake, one of the most careful and strategic artists in the world, even a minor breach could have significant consequences not just financially but in terms of reputation. The thought that someone as close as a fellow artist could access and potentially repurpose his material has left fans and insiders shocked. Meanwhile, Baby Keem's camp has remained mostly silent, creating an air of mystery that only fuels the drama. Silence in situations like this can be strategic, allowing speculation to grow and keeping attention focused on the unfolding story. Some fans argue that Keem might simply be misunderstood or that this is a classic case of a coincidence blown out of proportion. Others suggest a more calculated move, noting that even the appearance of controversy can amplify streams, media coverage, and fan engagement. Either way, Keem's lack of public comment has kept the narrative alive, forcing audiences to rely on speculation, insider leaks, and interpretive social media posts. The cultural implications of this incident are also worth noting. The music industry has long been rife with disputes over leaks, collaborations, and intellectual property, but rarely has a situation unfolded so publicly with artists of this caliber. Drake represents one of the most influential forces in modern music, while Baby Keem is a rising star with his own growing influence. A conflict between these two not only affects their personal careers but also sets a precedent for how allegations of content theft are discussed in the public domain. Industry watchers are now debating whether labels need stricter controls over unreleased material, more formalized collaboration agreements, or even new approaches to digital security to prevent similar controversies in the future. At the same time, the story highlights the intense scrutiny that comes with success in the digital age. Every move, post, or story can be dissected by millions of fans and amplified worldwide in minutes. Artists like Drake and Keem operate under unprecedented visibility, meaning that even minor incidents can become major news. The blending of personal reputation, creative output, and fan perception creates a high-stakes environment where trust, professionalism, and public relations are more critical than ever. As Part 1 concludes, the scene is set for a dramatic and unpredictable unfolding of events. The allegations against Baby Keem have shaken the music community, challenged fan perceptions, and raised serious questions about collaboration, trust, and intellectual property in the digital era. The world is watching, speculation is rampant, and the fallout is only beginning. For fans, insiders, and industry professionals alike, this situation represents a high-stakes drama that could redefine relationships and norms in modern music. The next chapters will explore the deeper details of the alleged theft, the reactions from both camps, and the broader implications for the hip-hop world as a whole. As Part 2 unfolds, the controversy surrounding musical artist Drake, Canadian rapper, OVO record label, and Baby Keem continues to intensify, with every new development fueling speculation and debate. Following the initial shock of the alleged album theft, fans, analysts, and industry insiders have started piecing together a timeline of events, trying to understand how a project from one of the world's biggest artists could end up in the hands of another without authorization. This part of the story delves deeper into the alleged circumstances, the potential motivations, and the implications for both artists and the wider music industry. The first point of focus is how unreleased material is shared within the industry. Artists like Drake often work closely with producers, engineers, and collaborators on demos and rough drafts of songs long before they are finalized. These tracks are stored digitally, often in cloud-based systems, and are sometimes circulated to trusted collaborators to refine beats, lyrics, and arrangements. While this system allows creativity to flourish, it also introduces vulnerabilities. In this instance, sources suggest that some of Drake's unreleased content may have been accessed by Keem or someone close to him, whether intentionally or accidentally. The lack of clarity around exactly how the material surfaced has fueled theories ranging from a simple leak to a deliberate act of competitive maneuvering. Another significant factor is timing. Drake's new album was anticipated to be a blockbuster release, with fans and industry insiders alike expecting it to dominate charts and streaming platforms. Leaks or premature access to content could have substantial consequences, potentially impacting marketing strategies, release schedules, and even public reception. In the streaming era, where digital metrics and first-week numbers are paramount, even a small disruption can have far-reaching effects. For Drake, whose reputation for meticulous planning is well known, this alleged breach would not be taken lightly. OVO, the label responsible for managing the project, has reportedly launched internal investigations to determine how the material was accessed and whether any security protocols were compromised. Social media has been both a catalyst and a magnifying glass for this controversy. Screenshots, cryptic posts, and speculative threads began circulating within hours of the initial reports. Fans have dissected every interaction between Drake and Keem, analyzing lyrics, captions, and even timestamps in an attempt to uncover proof or motive. While much of this speculation remains unverified, the rapid spread of information has created a sense of urgency and tension, turning a potential internal dispute into a public spectacle. Viral clips of discussions, reaction videos, and memes have amplified the story, keeping it in the cultural conversation and placing pressure on both camps to respond. The alleged motivations behind this situation are complex. Some argue that Baby Keem may have acted without malicious intent, possibly accessing tracks in the course of collaboration or through shared industry networks. Others suggest a more strategic approach, where Keem could have seen an opportunity to accelerate his own career by incorporating unreleased ideas or elements. While no evidence has conclusively supported either claim, the mere possibility has ignited heated debates among fans and analysts. These discussions have centered on ethics, competitive dynamics in the music industry, and the responsibilities artists have to each other when handling sensitive material. Industry insiders have also weighed in on the potential consequences for both parties. For Drake, the alleged theft threatens not only financial revenue but also artistic control and trust within his creative circle. For Keem, the accusations could impact his reputation, collaborations, and relationships with labels and fellow artists. Intellectual property disputes in the music industry are notoriously complicated, often involving layers of contracts, publishing rights, and digital security measures. Even unintentional missteps can escalate into legal battles or public relations crises, making this situation particularly high stakes given the profiles of the artists involved. Another layer of complexity is the role of OVO in managing the fallout. As Drake's label, OVO must balance protecting the artist's interests with maintaining professional relationships and avoiding public escalation where possible. This includes monitoring social media, coordinating legal responses, and ensuring that any communication with the public is strategic. The fact that the situation has already gone viral suggests that OVO may face additional challenges in controlling the narrative, particularly as fans continue to speculate and media outlets rush to report updates, often without verified information. The controversy also shines a light on the broader challenges of digital content management in the music industry. Cloud storage, file-sharing platforms, and collaborative tools have revolutionized how music is created, but they have also increased the potential for leaks and disputes. Artists must navigate the tension between accessibility for collaborators and security for sensitive material, a balance that becomes even more critical when dealing with multi-million-dollar projects and high-profile releases. In this context, the Drake-Keem situation serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting vulnerabilities that could affect any artist in the digital age. Finally, fan reactions have become a central part of the narrative. Social media users are divided, with some defending Keem, others rallying behind Drake, and many trying to remain neutral while following every development. This polarized response has fueled further engagement, with discussions about loyalty, originality, and ethics dominating feeds. The rapid pace of online discourse ensures that every new update or post from either camp can reignite debate, creating a continuous cycle of attention and speculation. As Part 2 concludes, it becomes clear that this is not just a story about one alleged leak or one artist's reaction. It is a multi-layered narrative involving trust, digital security, creative ownership, and public perception in the modern music industry. With stakes this high, the drama between Drake, OVO, and Baby Keem is far from over, and fans are bracing for further developments that could redefine how artists interact, protect their work, and navigate the pressures of fame in the digital age. The unfolding events promise to keep the world watching closely, as every statement, post, and track could influence the next chapter in this unprecedented controversy. As Part 3 begins, the tension between musical artist Drake, Canadian rapper, OVO, record label, and Baby Keem escalates, and the music world is watching closely. What started as an allegation of stolen, unreleased material has now spiraled into a highly publicized battle with serious implications for both artists. The story continues to captivate fans because it touches on the raw intersection of trust, creativity, and competition in the modern music industry, where a single leak or misstep can reverberate worldwide. At the heart of this situation is the question of access. Drake's unreleased album represents years of work, meticulously planned releases, and carefully curated collaborations. Industry sources suggest that drafts and demos are often shared with a network of trusted producers, engineers, and collaborators to refine the music before it reaches the public. These shared materials are meant to remain confidential, but in the era of digital streaming and cloud-based storage, the risk of unauthorized access has increased. The allegations imply that Keem, or someone closely associated with him, may have obtained these materials, intentionally or otherwise, and incorporated elements into his own work. This possibility alone is enough to create a storm of speculation and concern. Drake and OVO's response to the situation has been deliberate yet firm. OVO, as the label overseeing Drake's projects, is reportedly reviewing security protocols, collaborating with legal advisors, and strategizing public communications. Statements from both Drake and OVO, though brief and carefully worded, have been enough to confirm that the allegation is being taken seriously. In the music industry, protecting unreleased material is not only a matter of revenue, but also a matter of artistic integrity. An unauthorized leak could disrupt marketing plans, affect chart performance, and even compromise the thematic coherence of an album. With millions of fans anticipating the release, any breach could have significant ripple effects across platforms and media coverage. Meanwhile, social media has acted as both accelerant and amplifier of the drama. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube have become battlegrounds for fans, with speculation ranging from inside leaks to intentional sabotage. Viral clips analyzing lyrics, album art, and release timelines have fueled heated debates, dividing fans into camps defending Drake, defending Keem, or attempting to remain neutral. Some fans have meticulously compared snippets of music, searching for evidence of overlap or theft, while others have focused on cryptic posts and interactions between the artists. This digital amplification ensures that the controversy spreads far faster than the traditional music industry can respond, forcing both artists to manage not only the actual issue but also its perception. The potential motivations behind the alleged incident are complex. On one hand, Keem is a young, ambitious artist navigating a competitive industry, where attention and relevance are paramount. Some argue that he might have unintentionally accessed material through standard collaboration channels or mutual contacts. Others suggest a more calculated approach, seeing an opportunity to capitalize on Drake's unreleased work to boost his own project. While no definitive proof has emerged to substantiate either claim, the debate has fueled discussions about ethics, professionalism, and competition in the modern music landscape. Legal implications are another critical layer. Intellectual property law in the music industry is notoriously intricate, encompassing copyright, publishing rights, and contractual agreements. If Drake's unreleased material was indeed accessed or used without permission, the potential consequences could range from financial settlements to lawsuits or industry sanctions. For Keem, even unintentional involvement could affect his credibility, label relationships, and future collaborations. For Drake, protecting his intellectual property is essential not only for revenue but also for maintaining the trust and integrity that OVO has cultivated over the years. Beyond the individual dispute, the situation underscores the challenges of digital-era music production. Cloud storage, file sharing, and collaborative platforms have revolutionized how artists create, but they also introduce vulnerabilities. Even a single lapse in security or oversight can escalate into a public controversy. This incident illustrates the delicate balance between accessibility for collaboration and the protection of creative work, highlighting how technology has reshaped the dynamics of trust and control in the music industry. The social and cultural ramifications are significant as well. The incident has sparked debates about loyalty, originality, and artistic ethics. Fans are dissecting not just the alleged theft, but also how modern hip-hop navigates competition and collaboration. Veteran artists and analysts have joined the conversation, discussing how the incident reflects broader industry trends and challenges, from content leaks to the pressure on emerging stars to innovate and gain attention. This conversation elevates the story beyond personal drama, situating it within the context of a highly competitive, rapidly evolving industry. Finally, the story emphasizes the intense scrutiny that comes with fame in the digital era. Every move by Drake or Keem is being analyzed in real time, magnified by social media and instant commentary. The pressure to manage both reputation and creative output is enormous, and this incident highlights how delicate the balance can be. Even a single misunderstanding or error in judgment can become a viral story with far-reaching consequences. As Part 3 concludes, the stage is set for a high-stakes showdown that goes beyond music. The conflict between Drake, OVO, and Baby Keem is emblematic of larger issues in the modern industry: trust, digital security, intellectual property, and the influence of public perception. Fans are watching closely. Insiders are analyzing every detail, and the repercussions could reshape relationships, collaborations, and the way artists protect their work in an increasingly connected and competitive environment. The fallout is far from over, and every new development has the potential to escalate this already unprecedented controversy. As Part 4 begins, the drama surrounding artist Drake, Canadian rapper, OVO Baby Keem continues to escalate, with every new development capturing global attention. The allegation that Keem accessed or stole unreleased material from Drake's upcoming album has grown into a complex narrative involving trust, digital security, and the intense scrutiny of social media. As the story unfolds, the implications for both artists, the label, and the wider music industry become increasingly significant. A central theme of this controversy is the question of intent. While some argue that Keem's alleged access to the unreleased material was unintentional, perhaps the result of industry overlap, shared collaborators, or accidental exposure, others suggest it was deliberate, designed to gain an advantage in an increasingly competitive environment. The uncertainty around motive has fueled speculation across social media platforms, with fans dissecting interactions, cryptic posts, and even song snippets for clues. The discussion has become so widespread that nearly every major music outlet has reported on it, making the narrative unavoidable for anyone following contemporary hip-hop. Drake and OVO's handling of the situation has been methodical, combining public statements with behind-the-scenes legal and security measures. While OVO has confirmed that the allegation is taken seriously, the label has also emphasized a commitment to investigating the matter thoroughly before taking any formal legal action. Experts suggest that the potential legal implications are significant. Unauthorized access or use of unreleased tracks can constitute copyright infringement, which could result in lawsuits, damages, or restrictions on distribution. For an artist of Drake's stature, protecting both the creative content and the integrity of the album rollout is paramount. The controversy also underscores the challenges of collaboration in modern music. Unreleased tracks are often shared digitally among producers, engineers, and co-artists to refine and perfect music before it reaches the public. This system requires a high level of trust, but in the era of cloud storage and instant file sharing, even minor lapses can have major consequences. Drake, who is known for carefully curated releases and a tightly controlled creative process, faces a unique risk whenever digital assets are circulated. The allegation that Keem may have accessed these materials, intentionally or not, highlights the delicate balance between collaboration and security in the digital age. Social media has amplified the drama exponentially. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter have become primary arenas where fans and commentators speculate, analyze, and debate. Viral clips dissecting lyrics, posting side-by-side comparisons, and highlighting possible overlaps have kept the controversy in the public eye. Some fans are defending Keem, suggesting that any similarities are coincidental or a result of industry practices, while others staunchly support Drake, emphasizing the seriousness of the alleged breach. The constant flow of content ensures that the story evolves minute by minute, with new theories and reactions adding fuel to the fire. The stakes extend far beyond the two artists. OVO, as Drake's label, must protect not only the financial value of the unreleased album, but also the credibility and trust that underpin its operations. A leak or unauthorized use could disrupt streaming projections, chart performance, and marketing plans. For Keem, the allegations could affect his credibility, relationships with collaborators, and potential label negotiations. Intellectual property disputes in the music world are often complicated and costly, and even allegations can have lasting effects on reputations and careers. Industry insiders have also weighed in on the larger implications. The situation raises questions about how labels manage access to unreleased content, how artists protect their creative work in an interconnected digital landscape, and the role of trust among collaborators. It highlights a broader issue in music today. As production becomes more collaborative and digitally driven, the potential for disputes grows. Even a single misunderstanding or accidental leak can become a viral story, with repercussions that extend far beyond the individuals directly involved. Finally, the public perception angle cannot be overstated. The intensity of fan scrutiny in the digital era means that reputation management is as crucial as protecting the music itself. Every post, story, or interaction is dissected for meaning, feeding the cycle of speculation and drama. For both Drake and Keem, this incident is not just a legal or creative issue. It is also a battle for narrative control. How the public interprets their actions could influence future collaborations, fan loyalty, and industry credibility. As Part 4 concludes, the controversy surrounding Drake, OVO, and Baby Keem has evolved into a multifaceted crisis touching on trust, digital security, intellectual property, and public perception. With stakes this high, the unfolding drama represents a pivotal moment in modern music, demonstrating how technology, collaboration, and social media intersect to create complex challenges for even the biggest artists in the world. Fans, analysts, and industry insiders alike are watching closely, knowing that every new development could redefine relationships, creative practices, and norms in the hip-hop world. The stage is set for an explosive conclusion that may have long-lasting effects on all parties involved. As Part 5 unfolds, the Drake, OVO, and Baby Keem controversy has reached a critical juncture, with the music industry, fans, and media all waiting to see how the situation resolves. The allegation that Keem somehow accessed unreleased material from Drake's upcoming album has morphed into a broader discussion about trust, ethics, and digital security in the modern music world. By this point, the story is no longer just about one leak. It's about the high-stakes ecosystem of collaboration, reputation, and competition that defines contemporary hip-hop. One of the most pressing concerns in this saga is the question of accountability. If Keem did intentionally access or repurpose Drake's material, the consequences could be severe. Copyright infringement in the music industry carries both financial and legal penalties, from restitution for lost revenue to potential lawsuits that could affect future projects. Even if the situation was unintentional, public perception matters as much as legality. Fans have been dissecting lyrics, social media posts, and release timelines, and any misstep could have long-lasting effects on Keem's credibility. For Drake, protecting the integrity of his unreleased work is essential, both for his own artistic vision and for the reputation of OVO as a label that manages elite talent. The alleged conflict also illustrates the fragility of trust in the music industry. Artists often share demos and tracks with collaborators, relying on confidentiality to ensure that creative work remains protected until official release. The Drake-Keem situation highlights how quickly that trust can be strained. Even the perception of wrongdoing can ripple through professional networks, affecting relationships with producers, other artists, and labels. Trust is both a professional and personal currency in the music industry, and when it is questioned, it can destabilize careers and partnerships. Social media continues to amplify every detail of this controversy. TikTok compilations, Twitter threads, Instagram analysis, and YouTube breakdowns have all contributed to a culture of speculation. Some fans sympathize with Keem, arguing that he is being unfairly accused or that the similarities are coincidental. Others side with Drake, emphasizing the seriousness of alleged intellectual property theft and defending OVO's position. Viral clips comparing lyrics, production elements, and release strategies have further fueled debates, ensuring that the story remains at the center of public attention. The intensity of online discourse demonstrates just how critical public perception has become in managing modern music conflicts. Another crucial element is the role of OVO. As a label overseeing Drake's work, OVO has multiple priorities: protecting the album, supporting the artist, and navigating the public fallout. Behind the scenes, the label has reportedly strengthened digital security measures, reviewed who had access to the unreleased material, and consulted with legal experts on potential recourse. Publicly, OVO has remained measured, acknowledging the situation without overexposing details. This strategy reflects a careful balance between asserting authority and avoiding further escalation, while still signaling to the public and industry insiders that the matter is being handled with the utmost seriousness. The controversy also underscores the pressures that come with fame and digital-era music production. For Drake, every project is highly anticipated, and any leak or dispute can influence chart performance, streaming numbers, and public reception. For Keem, as a rising star, the stakes involve not only legal and financial considerations but also reputation and credibility in a competitive environment. The situation is a reminder of the high visibility of modern artists, where every move is scrutinized, every post analyzed, and every rumor potentially career-altering. Industry observers have noted that this incident may spark broader discussions about how unreleased music is shared and secured. Cloud storage, file-sharing platforms, and collaborative tools have revolutionized production but introduced vulnerabilities. Labels may now consider stricter access controls, more formalized agreements with collaborators, and new strategies for protecting intellectual property. The Drake-Keem situation serves as a cautionary tale for artists and labels, illustrating how quickly digital-era collaborations can become contentious if protocols are not carefully managed. Finally, the cultural and fan reaction highlights how intertwined reputation and perception are with modern music business. The Drake-Keem controversy has generated widespread debate about ethics, loyalty, and originality. Memes, commentary videos, and viral posts have all contributed to the narrative, creating a public forum where fans participate in shaping the story as much as the artists themselves. While some elements remain unclear, the conversation reflects deeper questions about trust, respect, and competition in the creative process. As Part 5 concludes, the Drake, OVO, and Baby Keem saga stands as one of the most closely watched controversies in contemporary music. It encapsulates the intersection of trust, digital security, intellectual property, and public perception, showing just how complex and high-stakes the industry has become. With millions of fans and analysts monitoring every development, the fallout will continue to unfold in real time. What began as an allegation of stolen material has grown into a defining moment for the artists, the label, and the broader music industry, highlighting the challenges and consequences of navigating fame, collaboration, and creativity in the digital era. This Drake versus Baby Keem controversy is far from over, and the fallout could reshape the music industry as we know it. Fans, analysts, and insiders are watching every post, every lyric, and every move, trying to predict what comes next. Whether this situation ends in a legal battle, a public reconciliation, or a completely unexpected twist, one thing is clear. The stakes are massive, and the impact on both artists' careers could be long-lasting. If you're a fan of Drake, Baby Keem, or just follow music industry drama, now is the time to stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to updates, follow reliable sources, and engage with the story as it develops. From social media reactions to insider updates, the next chapters of this saga are going to be explosive. Don't miss a single moment. This is the kind of controversy that will define conversations about trust, creativity, and competition in hip-hop for years to come.